Why did you let
He
fall?
wants to try the pump.
No, no, no.
Oh,
no,
you
no,
did
no.
a mess.
I'm Roberta,
And I'm Duca.
and for the past year we have been building our own tiny shipping container house, so we can travel around knowing that we will always have this little place that we can call home.
But guess what? We just found our dream project before we expected. This abandoned sailboat. So we are gonna stop building the house for a couple months to bring our boat back to life. And then we're gonna go back and finish the house. While some work, others also work. We just found out bad and good news. I think it's good, not bad.
Yeah, that is good news.
The original idea was to use this big pump for this freshwater system inside of the boat, and this smaller one for salt water, just for the stern and for the bow of the boat. But we just found out that this big pump is meant to freshwater and salt water. On the manual says you can use with salt water. So if the manual says we can do it, this one the manual doesn't say. So we decide to install the smaller one inside of the boat. For another reason, we don't need 6.0. That's a huge pump.
Yes.
This is more than enough for what we have. 3 sinks and 1 shower, that's it. This is more than enough. And for the anchor, to wash up the anchor, this is gonna be really good because it's really strong. This
Yes.
is like how many PSI? Like
70.
70 PSI. So this is really strong. And there's a filter already and everything. We're gonna install this for salt water. That's the only difference. And it's gonna make it easier for us to fit the pressure accumulator plus the pump in here. Time for the truth. That's the last connection to see if we can fit exactly to the right position and be able to
Open.
open and close all the valves. If we don't find a way, we can just
Can't
replace
we do like put this way?
this. Maybe,
I think so.
I think so. That's why I chose her. She's the smart one. I'm not that smart.
Just my labor.
Yeah, I'm just the arm. But now the tricky thing is we need to have these on the right exactly angle.
Good luck.
We'll do it. I trust us. We can do it. I'm smiling and laughing, not to cry because this is
Nervous?
Yeah, we'll find a way. You need to know the right time to stop, because I always do the same mistake. I'm like, I can go a little bit more, I overturn, and then I cannot go back.
And then we need to do it all over again.
We have a problem, Machima.
Look what happened.
The problem is that this one went out of place. We need to have these 180 degrees. That's the main problem, is that this is... Sorry, Fred, I'm gonna take your nipple off. Fred, I'm gonna take your nipple off.
Guys being guys. Good, good, good. Don't touch anymore.
Yeah, because we can turn a little bit more.
Babe.
No, these need to be horizontal. Yeah, I did a little bit more, but these needed to go.
You did a little bit more than
I needed, because otherwise these wouldn't be on the right spot. Yeah, I did wrong a little bit. It's not that straight. Let's put in place and check what happened.
Didn't believe me. We have a correction to do.
Small one though. Ta-da-da-dang.
Let's see if we did a good job.
What do you say?
I think it's perfect.
The reason why we have this way is because we want to use that for storage. I think this way we're gonna save a lot of space.
Yeah.
So basically, so you understand, the water comes from the tank to the pump, and through the pump to here, and this is the pressure accumulator that accumulates pressure to make sure that the entire water system has pressure enough not to turn on and off the pump that often, so this makes the pump work for longer periods but less times, less often. And from here it goes to the bow of the boat and to the stern of the boat. And then we have these valves. If we want to do something on the system on the bow, we just close this valve. So then we can still have water on the stern and we can work on the bow.
Good.
What do you say?
I think it's a good solution. We didn't film my hardest job so far. My hand's like burning. I came here inside to put this hose in place.
Yeah. Small people, small hose. I cannot go inside there. That's only Roberta can do that.
By the way, Duca was hitting the tube from the top. Can you show them where we were?
That's the trick. The trick is to hit the tube. It's really, really tight. But if you hit the tube, it dilates a little bit the hose and it makes life so much easier.
I think I did it.
Garbage.
That's it. Finally.
One less problem.
Look at this. Good. Inside's terrible, actually.
Talking to the camera.
Making off. What do you think?
I think it's gonna be a mess of faucets.
We are gonna have 4 faucets here.
We wish we had space for 5 actually.
You can pause this video and try to guess for what purpose each one of them are.
The first person that guesses right, we're gonna mention you on the next episode. So now let's work and then we show you.
You can't cheat.
That's not fair game.
Yep.
Yep. Let's see if we did the hole on the right place because you need to feed. Yeah, we didn't measure this first.
Hey, amateurs.
We amateurs, you know, we're just so in a hurry to go to the water that sometimes, you forgot a few details here and there. That's just a dry feed, of course. It looks good. Is it tight?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the first faucet is in place. The idea is to leave it open. That's why we choose to leave it there.
By the way, before you guys comment that we didn't need to use Sikaflex, we know we didn't need to use Sikaflex here. I just love Sikaflex. No, the problem is that this hole is a little bit too big for the faucet, so that means that it might be all loose, and Sikaflex is gonna just create a layer.
A bed.
Just a bed, yeah. So, our idea is we replace this main faucet, so that's pressure fresh water, and then we have this is foot pump for salt water, so the one that was here. The other one here is gonna be just the vent for the water tank, and when you fill the water tank, if you fill too much, it's gonna go to here, so it's pretty good. And then we decide to have an extra foot pump. We bought this foot pump. That's gonna be somewhere around here on the floor here. It's gonna be installed flush with the floor around here, and then you just pump, or you close when you don't want to pump, like this. And for this one, we couldn't find another one of these simple ones, and someone behind the camera,
Me?
yeah, said that this one is too low for her to wash dishes. It's like too low, it's too hard to access. So we decided to get an extra one of these and to install here. So this is gonna be something that you don't need to use. It's just gonna be always open, and then you just pump, and here's gonna be freshwater foot pump.
And we also can fill pans and pots and
That's true.
buckets.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. We wish we could have space for one more. We wanted to have a water filter so we could drink the water.
But we are planning on having it
space.
in another spot.
Yeah, in the future. Let the mess start. Always a mess. When I'm getting cleaner with Sikaflex. Oh, today I'm really good actually. Wait until the end of the day.
I've never known a love so steady. Even gold won't turn your tide.
Let's go to the hole. To the hole it is.
We flow together like an ocean. Every low and every high.
We have just 20 centimeters.
And I would have you anyway, dear. Any way your heart could bear.
No.
Even if you had to leave me, I'd always be waiting here.
We did it!
Even when we are apart, I will keep you in my heart. And I wouldn't change a thing, even if I were the king.
What's happened?
A tragedy. While we were trying to install the faucets, I leaned too much on the valve and I lose it up. We need to take it all off and do it again. Two more flames. Done. We have two more valves in place. We can do it. Let's work a little bit more. Just wait here. Yeah. Just here. Just for the stock.
Talking.
These parts.
Maybe not.
It is. No, we can't. I think it's gonna be way too hard to shoot inside of here. We're gonna, you know,
Try to organize.
pump this up, and then we're gonna show you ready, because right now it's still a big mess.
We are gonna try to do everything we need here inside, and then we're gonna film, pause the video, and try to label everything. Are you guys ready for the tour?
We're gonna try to explain everything that's inside of this cabinet, because we have so many hoses and pump and everything inside of here. That's gonna be tricky to explain, but I'm gonna do my best. So, the proper way is start from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
This hose right here, this one right here, this is the hose that comes from the water tank and go to the pressure accumulator. From there, it comes back on this one, and when it gets here, divides in 4. That means this goes to the boiler, to the hot water tank. This goes to the faucet, that's the main faucet right there. And this one, I don't know if you can see, but this one right here goes to that head. That's cold water system.
Then we have this hose here, that's the vent and overflow from the water tank. And then we have, there is another one. Salt water pump, that's here. So we have, it comes from this flange and it goes to this foot pump, or it goes to this electric pump.
And from the electric pump,
from the electric pump, we can use on the exterior of the boat.
Yeah, it's through this hose. It goes all the way down there into the back of the boat.
And
anything
what else? Ah, we have this one. This is the water that comes from the sinks.
The drain?
The drain that goes straight to here. And we also have this little one that comes from there. That's the area to dry the dishes. And that's it.
How about this green wire? What's that?
This green wire is the ground for all the flames.
Okay.
And the hose here, I don't know if you remember, but we used to have a lot of hose here inside of this.
Where did you put all that hose? She just disappeared with the hose.
No, they are all here. We did new hose and they are all on the top. So we can have free space here to put food and everything.
Yeah.
That's the plan for now.
At one point we need to connect this. Right?
Good luck. What's this connection for?
This is the division when the water comes from the pressure accumulator, goes to the sink right there, this one, and this one for the shower right behind here. By the way, the reason why I'm using Sikaflex is not to seal this connection, because what seals the connection is just the connection itself. The reason why I'm using Sikaflex, I'm not sure if I explained you before, but as we have a wire inside of this hose, the tip of the wire might get some corrosion, so I'm just sealing the end of the wire just to guarantee we don't have water on the wire. Did it make sense? I think so, right? Tip from Zed, the guy that installed our mast. He said he always do that and he never had problems.
Come here. Wait. What is
Trouble?
I don't know.
Don't give him bad news.
I don't know.
Why did you
He
let
wants
fall?
to try the pump.
No.
Oh,
no,
you did
no.
a mess.
There's water inside.
It's working.
You did a good job.
I didn't know it was working already, but it seems like it's working. And we are talking to the wrong camera because this one has no mic. The audio is really bad now.
Really?
Yeah, the audio is really bad because we got, the time-lapse camera is...
On your back.
Yeah. Usually, this is the main camera, this is the time-lapse camera. By the way, this was a gift. You know who you are. Thanks so much. This camera always shoots the time-lapses. Yeah, just... So now that everything is neat in place, check this out. Water coming from the sink, water coming from the shower, hose going to the pressure accumulator, and then there is this hose that goes from the pressure accumulator to the pump, and then we just need to connect this one that goes to the kitchen, to the galley here. We are ready to put this bad boy in place. Let's do this. Supposedly, we are done. Check this out. Is that gonna work? Yeah. Until now,
We hope.
this is just theoretical, you know. We didn't try yet, we don't know if there is any leak. We believe it won't have any leak, but we will only know when we try.
We hope.
Yeah, we hope. Yeah, but until we can try, we still have a lot of work to do because we need to connect all the faucets so we can have water running, and we need to close a few of the holes that we're not gonna use right now, and then we need to install the drains for the sinks so we can let the water go after we try. But this is already, for me at least, a big accomplishment because it looks beautiful. Look at that, just so clean. The installation is really clean.
Patrons time.
Time to welcome on board our new patrons for this week.
Welcome on board Jim,
Nick,
Zizmaray,
Gabriel,
Matt,
Sylvia,
Bob,
Eric,
Shields,
Michael,
P-Dog,
William.
and we also have an apoiador this week. Bem-vindo, Leandro.
Bem-vindo, Leandro. And we also have some donations to our PayPal.
Most of them are birthday gifts.
So you are gonna do by yourself.
I have a lot.
You're the one that said, yeah.
Thanks a lot, Fernando, Holmes, Graphic Science, Mike, Jean-Luc, and Kenneth.
Oh, can it ask us to say buy bitcoins? We never bought bitcoins in our life, so I don't know. Let's talk. You are talking too much today. It's time to go because we need to work.
Yeah, we need to work a little bit more
Back
to
to work.
accomplish our to-do list to go to the water.